Hello, beautiful Phoenix friends. It's Leah Marie here with advice from your departed loved ones today. So, they spoke up to me and asked that I bring forth some messages of advice from them for a particular aspect of your life that you are seeking guidance, encouragement, clarity, or support, or something within that general realm for. So I will invite you to feel into your heart, connect with your own intuition, call out to and invite in your departed loved ones that want to communicate, and then go ahead and select either image one, two, or three, whichever resonates most with you. And then the timestamps are going to be in the description box below, along with the decks I'm using and all the ways in which to support the channel and to get in touch with me directly. I do so appreciate all of your support, likes, shares, subscribes, and your general presence here. So thank you so much, everybody. And go ahead and select your pile when you're ready. Hello, pile one. Thank you for coming to the channel. So nice to have you returning, or if you're new to the channel, welcome. Thank you for stepping in and checking out this reading to see if there's any nuggets of wisdom from your departed loved ones for you. So today it's really feeling like they want to bring forth some advice for you. So I'm getting this very loving, kind, but also sort of parental energy coming through with this first pile. So it could be a parent, could be somebody who is simply took on that role for you, or just could even be someone that just had that more protective vibe I'm feeling. So that does come through pretty consistently, and I know there's a lot of regulars that tap in here. So I know we're also getting some of the same loved ones coming through. So I am getting a sense that there's like some masculine energy. I'm hearing the name Mike, Matthew, David, um, Elijah, I just heard as well. So those could be relevant for some of you. Again, take it if it resonates. I think that's our two. Um, and if it doesn't, let it go. These are all going to be general. So I do like to let people know as well. There's a lot of different things that are going to come through. And with the medium ones, not everything might resonate for you. So do use your own intuitive guidance to discern what of this feels aligned with you. So what gives you those tinglies, your hair stands on end, you get a little ping, or maybe you get a notification, or some kind of confirmation in your physical world as you're listening to the reading as well, that gives you that like ding, yep, that nugget was for you. So just inviting you to kind of pay attention to those signs and synchronicities lining up on your end as well. So in general though, this pile, it doesn't necessarily have to do with masculine as in male as in the gender. I'm just feeling whomever this individual is, it does feel like it is a more masculine energy. So someone who was in more of their masculine when they were physical. So just giving you that little insight to that. And interestingly, normally I use cards with numbers, and today I was not guided to, so I don't know that we're getting that numeric component in, unless we're getting it. Oh, actually, we do get it on our animal cards here, I believe. So we will get a little bit of that numerology in here from your loved ones too. So just see who wants to speak up on this one. And I'm feeling they just want me to cut a few more times and pull. So we're going to grab that one. All right, scooch this a little for you guys, and we'll start with this center card, which is the Dove Spirit, which is be at peace. So this loved one is giving you some advice today to be at peace. So with that being said, I don't know if there is something that has been resonating for you in terms of, there's been more. I know we just had a recent reading that was like coming out of chaos, the gifts out of chaos. So if you're not fully out of that chaos, or maybe there's still some energies churning around you, or causing you to have maybe a little less harmony than usual inside, this loved one is really just inviting you to be at peace And we are getting with this the number 21. And so those break down. I always say, like, it could be 21, it could be 12, or it could be 3. So I take it in generally in all those ways. So those numbers could be relevant to specific dates, anniversaries of things, all that kind of stuff. So if it resonates, awesome. I'm also feeling very strongly with this one this energy of purity and innocence along with that peace. Like this, the white color is really standing out to me with this dove, as in, like, just seeing you being bathed in this white light to bring this energy of peace down into you. And so I feel this loved one has been surrounding you in this sort of glowy white auric energy, helping you to bring the energy down to create space for you to find more inner peace, because I'm getting the sense that within that peace there's more clarity on whatever it is that is in front of you right now. So this loved one is giving you your piece of wisdom is to be at peace, the advice they want to bring forth, because it's going to make everything else so much easier for you to navigate if your mental state is very calm, very peace. And I'm also hearing, like, almost as though you're coming at it from a state of innocence, like a child. Like, you're not analyzing it like an adult brain would. You're embracing it with more curiosity and innocence, like a child would, for whatever you have in front of you. So this energy of passion is also coming through. So fire. So I am hearing right away, for some of you, this loved one was a fire sign. So Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, they could have been, or you might be a fire sign. And so they're just saying, like, yeah, we're here to help you ignite your fire. So in this card, it's really cool. It's this female who is essentially has all this fire going on around her, behind her. And I'm seeing this as, like, when you can get into this state of peace, this new passion can be awoken within you. It's just not necessarily going to be accessible if you are putting yourself in a bunch of different places, or if you're feeling unbalanced inside. And the fire and the passion is there. So they're also showing me that, like, just this fire component, this, like, explosive energy is there, potential. And that could be, when used from a place of peace, very calm and soothing. But if it isn't peaceful and balanced, that could turn very chaotic. Like, if we look at this, the reality is that she could very easily light herself on fire if she isn't really, like, centered with what she's doing. So I'm also hearing that this loved one wants you to really just remain in that centered space, so you get to determine where your passion is going to go, what you're going to put that passionate energy into, and how you're going to utilize it in this really internal way. And I find it really beautiful in here because she has her eyes closed, which is also another redirect into an inner state. And so that feels really powerful. And also all the, like, reds and oranges of the root chakra, the sacral chakra. So again, a lot of our creative energy, our passionate, our sexual energy, our connection with the earth itself. And so for some of you, I am now hearing, like, this departed loved one may have been a past love for you as well. So it might not be the parental figure. This is another energy that's entering the space now. Is I am getting this more like partner sexual kind of energy coming through. So for some of you, this was a loved one, a lover that was with you at one time. And then I am getting this offerings and wealth. And so we're getting this plethora of food and abundance and nourishment. And so this is feeling, it's interesting that there is most of this wealth actually, it's hard to tell, like, one of these dishes may have coins in it, but most of this actually looks like food, nourishment, sustenance. So it feels to me that this piece that they are bringing forth with you to help you step into more is actually going to bring a deeper nourishment for your soul. I'm also hearing that this loved one likely, there was a lot to do with food. So for some of you, it could have been that they liked to cook for or with you. For others, I'm getting the sense that it was just like this energy around sharing meals together that was important, feeling nourished together, which was really important, and that this energy, this collective energy that they're bringing in, is going to really help you flourish in ways that you never imagined possible. So even if right now you're not necessarily feeling rooted in this piece, as you start to sink into that with this loved one's support, it's going to help ignite this passion, and that passion is going to lead to a great deal of wealth for you. So, really powerful message coming through for this collective that chose pile one. So, just sending you a lot of love and light. And I do encourage you always to open the door of communication consciously with your loved ones as much as possible, and ask them specifically how to dive deeper into this state of peace. Maybe there's some other insights or guidance that they can lead you to that will help you on an even deeper level still. So take care, pile one, and I will connect again soon. Hello, pile two. So I'm going to get a nice shuffle in here for you guys and invite you to really sink into your space, into your heart. Again, just remembering to take what resonates, what feels relevant for you. I do get a number of people's departed loved ones coming in simultaneously. So there will be a variety of nuggets, and they're simply meant for you to grab up what feels appropriate for you. Okay, so just checking in with those tingles, those signs and synchronicities, bells, birds, animals, any of those things where when I'm saying things, you're getting a little ping on your end that's like, yep, okay, that's it, that's the nugget for me. And just take that away and take it in and see what you are meant to do with it. All right, so I'm just gonna kind of tune into this particular pile's energy a little bit more specifically. I'm right away just hearing this is a more ancient energy, a more ancient connection. So that leads me to believe that this loved one, you've had many lives with them. If you believe in past lives, which I do, it feels to me like there is a resonance that you have had many go-rounds. So that may be a cue to you if you felt like this person, like you just knew them so well, like instantaneously when you first met, whether they were family or friends or whomever. Like there was just this really strong, deep knowing that this wasn't the only time you'd come together in physical forms to be with each other. And so that is something that I'm feeling pretty strongly. I'm also feeling like this, I'm seeing like the really rich soil, like dirt. So I don't know if this person maybe was really into planting, gardening, like tilling the soil, farming for some of you maybe, or just really had like a green thumb. So a lot of but I'm seeing, like, I'm just getting this image of dark, rich soil and some little worms. So maybe there was some component related to worms or other little critters that we find in the soil. And they're just asking me to pull and take this one. So we're going to do that. And the third card, they're telling me that's going to be your advice card. More specifically, all this is going to be kind of advice, but they are also bringing forward today like one specific keynote that they want you to have that's going to help with whatever you came to the channel for. So there's a reason you're here, there's something you're curious about, and within that, this particular central card will have a nugget of advice for you. And so with that, they're really asking you to take it to heart. So take it to your heart and feel into what does it mean to you, but more importantly, what does it do when you hear it, feel it? And we'll know more in a moment when I do get that card. I'm just hearing take this to heart, take this to heart. So that could also be another sort of indicator for someone if it was a person where they were always telling you follow your heart, take this to your heart, lead with your heart, I'm hearing as well. So there was messages perhaps that they gave you when they were here that were related to following your heart and really allowing that to be your true compass, your true north. And so Today we're just kind of mixing it up with the way I'm shuffling. So it's this one. It's always going to be a little different around here. I do it intuitively each time, as you know, if you've been tapping in. So we're going to start with this. So the next major message, so we are getting a little bit of numerology today, and the number 6 is what's coming up. And they're actually showing me reverse, which this has never happened. The 6 could also be a 9, they're saying. And the energy is the beaver spirit, which says lay a solid foundation. So this coming through beavers could be significant. Building could also be significant. Construction, building homes. I'm seeing like a cabin as well in my mind's eye. I'm seeing like a tower built and like Lincoln logs, because I was initially seeing like Lincoln log type log cabin, but it felt separate than that. So there's a little bit of that youthful energy as well coming in. Playful energy. I'm seeing some splashing in water with this as well. And just feeling this sense of the whatever it is you're working on, whatever it is you came here for, they are saying that building a strong foundation is going to be one of the key elements that gets you there. And they're also asking me to point out the green on here, saying laying a strong foundation in your heart and from and with your heart. So what they are essentially communicating is, let's say for some of you, they're just giving me this as an example for some of you, that you might be working on something new, a new project or a new idea. Well, if you lay a really strong foundation, then everything else that you put on that or on top of it or build from there is going to flourish. So they really want you to sit with, and this is why they're saying bring it into your heart. So I'm actually now seeing, like, if for some of you there is an idea, or there's maybe a relationship, or there's a new job you might want to pursue, or a new project, they're saying bring that energy of that idea or circumstance into your heart and allow yourself to start moving it around, creating a foundation for it, asking them to work with you. What is going to be the best strategy to lay the strongest foundation for the greatest level of expansion and the greatest level of stability? And so I'm going over here, and I am taking all of these in the upright. So they're calling to Dreamweaver. So this is so cool because they're asking you, so with this Dreamweaver, it's accessibility. And I'm feeling that the accessibility is in that they have a great level of accessibility to you now. So wherever you're at, and I'll kind of bring this in. So we're getting the lower 3 chakras. So root with the red, like we're getting our root, we're getting our sacral, and we're getting our solar plexus. And then all of that's coming into the third eye to help you dream into physical being this new project, this new relationship, this new job, this new idea, and doing so from the bottom up. Again, this is so cool to see this repetition with it starting at the base chakra and bringing that energy into the crown. So cool. And especially we've got the owl in here. So this could be a sign or symbol that connects strongly with your departed loved one. Owls, these colors could be relevant. They could have also been someone who encouraged dreaming, or, you talk to about dreams. They could, I'm also saying, I'm hearing some of them are saying, I've been coming to you in your dreams, giving you nuggets, whether you're consciously aware of it or not. They're helping give you the blueprints to the foundation that you're wanting to lay. And so this energy is really helping support you from your chakra system, like your ground up internally, so that you can then do that in the external world as well, which is just so cool. And also getting this nugget, it's like anything you can imagine, you can dream into being. Anything you can dream, you can imagine into being. And so they're doing this really beautiful loop, letting you know you are the creator of your reality. And they really want you to start stepping into that in more and more powerful ways, realizing how powerful you are and how capable you are of creating something really amazing, even without them here in the physical form. So some of you, I feel, need to hear that while this person may have helped you build things in the past, helped support you, helped you feel more whole, they're saying you have everything you need, including me, inside of you to help you do all the things that you came here to do with the rest of the time that you're here. So they just really want you to feel into that. And this is just, it's so amazing that we're getting the lodge. So here we are talking about building new foundations, and this one is all about counsel. And so, and oh, this is just, this is so beautiful. I'm just like, and so many downloads coming so fast. So they're calling out to the lodge as a structure that's already exists again within you. And interestingly, in shamanic teachings, the dream, the place we go to dream, is called the Dream Lodge. So for some of you, if you do your own guided meditations, if you're into drum journeying, I do a monthly one in the Twin Cities that you can attend in person if you're interested, to connect with the Dream Lodge, to connect with that inner space. There's also a lot of, one-on-one things you can do with yourself and the Dream Lodge and this loved one as well. So I'm getting the sense that if you consciously before bed ask them to come to you in your dreams, to communicate with you, to give you like the layout, the plans, the information, they can download it into your third eye for you while you're sleeping. Then you wake up and you can start putting it into action. And so with this, I'm also getting this sense, like they are your wise counsel, so they're calling me back to that owl energies. So maybe the owl wasn't the animal, but they want you to know that they are your wise counsel, that they're available for you. So I am getting the sense this individual may have been older than you for some of you, because it is feeling, I'm seeing it more elder, almost as for some it's going to be like grandparent, great grandparent. For others, this individual may actually be an individual that you've dealt with as more of a spirit guide that has been with you for other lifetimes, like an ancestor from other lifetimes for some of you. And so do kind of feel into what of that resonates, right? And so there might also be, I'm getting the sense that there could be some sort of cabin, building, lodge, place in the physical world that you really, whenever you go there or whenever you look at a picture, whenever you think about it, it brings this person into your conscious awareness. And so if you have the ability to go there, to commune with them, to receive their counsel, there will likely be a more amplified energy there for you if that resonates with you. Otherwise, I'm also seeing if you do resonate with going out and like being in the forest, being more in a lodge where you'd be in a deeper state of seclusion or just with a small group of people that really are aligned and resonate with you, there's also a really strong energy coming through that it's in a space like that where you'll be able to more freely step into the awareness of the foundation that you're meant to lay next. Like, what are the next steps for you in that respect? And so they're just asking that you really commune internally with the earth, connect, and like bring that energy. I'm being called to the smoke that's kind of coming out here. If you can see that, is this energy rising up, and I'm seeing it coming like up and out of the crown to connect you more with this individual and with their higher consciousness for the purposes of building and manifestation. So thank you so much for picking pile 2, sending you so much love and support from the spirit realm and your departed loved ones. So take care, guys. So we're gonna pop into pile 3 here, and all of these have been so beautiful so far. So I'm so excited for all of your loved ones that have come through, and I just want to get a few good shuffles here for pile 3. And I'm just, for you guys right away, I'm just feeling this really like big grin on my face and big expansive energy. There's a lot of love flowing through with this one, like a big bear hug. I'm just feeling like this big bear hug come around energy wise, almost like pick you up off your feet, kind of wrapping you in that love and affection energies. So whether that's something they did or that's just the energy they want you to feel around you, It is, normally with the bear, I get this more protective vibe, but in this, I'm not saying that isn't there. It is there a little bit, but this is more just like, oh, I just want to give you like the biggest squeeze right now. Just really embrace you. And so that energy is for somebody or some of you guys out there. So with that, it's feeling more of this, like I'm feeling the advice coming through is love yourself. We just want you to love yourself. Just want you to know how much I love you, how much I loved you, how much I still love you, how much I want you to love yourself, so you know what it feels like from a deeper perspective too. It's almost as though for some of you, I get this sense that there was maybe this feeling after they left, that the love that went with them was part of the love that existed inside of you somehow. So it's that it doesn't totally make conscious sense to me, but that's what someone is relaying through me, is that there's almost this sense that not that a part of you went with them, but that a part of the love that you thought you are or think you are went with them. And they just want you to know that is not the case at all. Like, you're very much whole and fully intact, and they are very much with you. It's just that there was almost this aspect of you that them in your life was filling, and after the loss, that was gone, and perhaps that space or that feeling hasn't been filled yet. And they are wanting you to know that's not meant to be filled by something outside of you. Part of the loss was meant to teach you how to find your way to filling that on your own, so that you could come into more healthy, connected relationships. So less about, seeking what you need in others, and more about you coming into a space of feeling whole. Therefore, when people do leave your life, whether it's they leave their physical body literally, or whether the people just leave your physical reality in terms of they're just not a part of your life, but they're still here on earth in a body. They're just saying that regardless of what kind of, shift happens, when you are fully whole and you feel that love for yourself inside, that's going to make the difference for you in all of your relationships, to not be attached. And so there is perhaps a sort of attachment to this individual. And I'm not saying in like some like creepy way, but more like you were attached to their physical body. And so therefore the loss has been a little different to manage, or maybe there's been some hesitation in terms of other relationships. Ooh, there we go. Or just, what am I feeling here? It's like it's changed the dynamic of your reality, but in a way that you're feeling like on some level perhaps a sense of lack of something, like you're feeling like you're lacking something. For some of you, again, take it if it resonates. If not, that's totally fine, right? So we're going to start with this center card, which has been coming through as more of their advice for wherever you're at right now. The key element that they want to bring forward to you to help you move forward, get clarity, step into a new cycle, whatever the case might be for you. And they're bringing through the number 58. And I'm also seeing it as 85, and then they're showing the 5 and the 8 separately, but they're not adding the 2 for me. But if you feel called to do that, you can. And so it could be 13, and even breaking 13 down, they're showing me 4 could also be relevant, or 31 even. So they're giving you guys like a whole ton of numbers, which is crazy, because like the other piles, it was not quite that extensive. So 58, 85, 13, 31, 4, all of those could be part of this individual. And it is this really beautiful energy. I'm just kind of soaking it in because I'm getting a variety of things. So the keynote that they want you to tap into with the stag spirit is taking the lead. So there is likely some aspect of what you have in front of you where it's about you, if not taking the lead, they're saying being the leader in your own life. But I'm also hearing you need to take the first steps. You need to take action. So for some of you, it's time to take action towards whatever it is you want to work on. Like, you be the leader in your life and you say, now's the time. a message that has been coming through quite a bit, and I'm hearing it repeating on a cycle right now, is it's like if you're waiting for the right time, you're going to be waiting forever. Sometimes it's simply about taking the step and seeing what happens. Because in this case, there's this energy of it's easy for the ego to make excuses and not make the steps, not take the lead, because we can get into these cycles of, oh, not right now, now's not the right time, this is going on, that's going on, I'll start that tomorrow, I'll start that next week, I'll start that after that. So this is, I'm hearing these things. So this is could be stuff this person said in the past. It could simply be stuff that's coming through now to kind of help guide you, because I'm getting this sense for some of you that maybe there's been some procrastination, or there's been stagnation, or a lack of direction or total clarity on what to do. And so I'm feeling this sense of they're really just encouraging you, like, stop waiting for the quote unquote right time, is what I'm hearing. So very cut and dry for some of you. So we're going to go over here, and this is the energy of flute and expression. So the things I'm feeling right away with flute, so music could be very important. Specifically, this person could have played the flute. I'm also hearing they just could have played an instrument, or instruments or music were really important to them. So they're just wanting to use that as a signal for some of you. Also getting this feeling of peace that comes with that, like playing of music or stepping into music. And then expression. So this is coming into this, like, take the lead in how you want to express yourself. So we're seeing the colors here are this, we're getting this really great blue, which is more throat chakra, expression, singing. We need that wind to create the sound that comes out of the flutes, right? And then we're also getting the orange tones, which are really connected with that sacral chakra, which does have a lot to do with creation and expression. And so for some of you, this might be time for you to use your voice to create and express yourself. Might be time to just literally start creating new things in your life, and doing so with this like this wind movement. I'm also hearing that this individual might be an air sign as well. Libra's the first one, but it could also be Aquarius or Gemini. So that is like, there's this wind component. So the element of wind is really strong with this individual, whether they aren't an air sign. Maybe you're an air sign. But it's just the wind coming through, winds of change for some of you, but I am feeling like the wind as a communicator for you. And I know I'm an air sign myself, and oftentimes when I'm outside walking and talking with the spirits and my guides, I will say things and they will use the wind, they will pick it up and they'll create a gust to give me confirmation. So this loved one may also be communicating with you through the wind. So if you like to go for walks or be in nature, be open to that, and start to notice, like, pay attention if you ask something and then all of a sudden the breeze kicks up, or there's all this like rattling of the wind through the trees. Like, really really pay attention to that for some of you, because that does feel important for this particular loved one. I'm gonna go over here and goodness, change things around. So we've got buried in earth and transference, and with this particular one, we are getting the lower chakras. So it's kind of, this ties in a little bit to the second pile. So we're getting the earthy starting at that root chakra and going up to the solar plexus. And in this case, for those of you that pick this pile, I am feeling that while this might be one particular loved one, I feel it's likely they're really pointing out, like, you have a whole collective. And so there might be ones that are not just from this life. You might have one key one that you're feeling a resonance with from this life, but I am definitely feeling a strong ancestral presence around you, like completely around you and around your root and around your stability right now. And this energy of transference, this card has a couple different meanings, and in the way that they're asking me to use it for you guys, it has to do with them transferring energy to you. So you are being put into a space of actually stepping into new life, new birth. and they are praying over you, doing ceremony over you, keeping you in this circle of power and energy to help revitalize you, to bring you forward. So this is a little bit different than I would normally read this, because I feel like they are trying to help you take the lead, but they're doing so by giving you this really strong foundation, which is, again, ties in with pile 2 a little bit. So you may want to check that out if you feel a resonance with like a strong foundational energy needing to be laid at this time, to step into your more ancient roots and really allow yourself to take the lead in your ancestral line for some of you. So many of us come here to break ancestral patterns, to heal ancestral wounds. And so they're also saying, hey, look at the patterns I had when I was alive. Are you carrying any of those patterns? And are you able to break through any of those? Or are those things you need to break through in order for you to be able to take the lead in your life differently, or to do things differently in any arena that requires you to be stepping more up into a leadership role versus just following what others are doing or asking other people, well, what should I do? This individual's like, cool, you can keep asking people and you can get that confirmation if you need that confirmation, but they're really encouraging you to start making your own command decisions for yourself, and they're going to transfer that power. So it's also very relevant that they are standing in the golden energy and you're more in the, at least how they're showing me that this is you and this is them, that you're more in this you're being recreated. Your story is beginning to change in such a way that you can step more into your power. And so they are helping you create a new version of you. And then they are like, I'm hearing drums, I'm seeing dancing and ceremony and fire and offerings being made, and like getting this sense that there is this collective around you that is calling you forward, because they need you to come forward at this time in a bigger way for yourself and for the people that are in it, at the very least your immediate group of family. They're really trying to empower you to be able to step into a new role in certain respects for some of you. And so it's cool because they are in that power color and they are calling it in for you. So they are driving, they're transferring their power and the power of your lineage into you at this time, so that you are not just outfitted with your personal power, but you are literally outfitted with this whole body of additional power that's going to help you move forward and enhance your journey, like entire journey from here on out. And so really powerful energy at this time, and loving these resonances of these lower chakra colors. And even on here, they're calling me to, they're like, yeah, and we're getting it, it's like here down and then to the heart. And so your heart is probably going to, if it hasn't already, is about to go through another transformation to be more open to giving and receiving love. Because a lot of this, when we're coming back to that loving yourself energy, it's like when you can love yourself and be in your power, be connected to your heart, that's so much easier than to expand that out to the world at large, making your expression as beautiful and heart-centered as feasibly possible, which is exactly what they want to help you with at this time. One last nugget I'm hearing, like some of you may have done some traveling with this individual to ancient or sacred sites, or you've had plans to do that, or you have traveled or they have traveled to those sites. And it might be time to like consciously reconnect. Not that you have to go back, like you can, of course, if you want to and feel called to, but they're saying there's an ancient site or ancient site energy for some of you, that if you connect with it or you consciously like ask them to show you what elements of that are relevant for the here and now, there's some gifts within that for you as well. So thank you so much for picking pile 3, for supporting the channel, and I am sending you so much love and light for an absolutely amazing week. Take care.